Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show how you can use the inventory system with pickable objects. So we have 4 objects here. They are all pickable and they are all inventories. But currently we don't have anything that belongs to inventory system in this scene. So we will start from scratch. Also, we have a weapon here. It is also one-hand pickable, and it has currently it is set as OnBody, so it will go to our first OnBody position when we pick it up. But since we don't need inventory system for OnBody objects, it will work like the shotgun in our previous example. So if I pick this object up and use it as usual, it will drop the object on my body, on the spine bone. Alright, so regular pickup objects only currently. So let's start with the inventory. To use inventory system, first we need an item database. Let's create an empty game object and call it item database. Let's reset its position. So we will have an item database component on it. So it has a list of items over here. So you can add as many items as you want over here. So these are the data that your items will use. So let's start with one of them. So we have over here mag. Let's start with the AK. So over here the ID can be anything, but I suggest you have the same ID with the elements ID in the list. So let's leave it 0. The title can be AK-47, like the weapon's name. The value depends. The value is the value of the item. Actually, you can edit the item database item variables, so you can add more. For example, we have rarity as well. So they also change the colors in the item description. So let's make it rare, and value doesn't matter actually. And the description can be weapon. Right now, stackable option is not working. Actually, it is half working. It stacks the item in the inventory, and the number goes up. Also, you can, when you use an item from inventory, the number goes down. But it always, it always try to first item that you put in your inventory. So if you want to build on this inventory system, it is a quite good start. So you can implement new features, and you can expand its possibilities. But right now I'm not going to build more on this system. And also it requires a sprite. So this sprite will used in the item visual when you open your inventory. Okay, so how can you create sprites? I also added a tiny helper script here. Create inventory icon. So you can add an object from your scene, right? And then it waits for a folder. We can leave it as icons, the resolution that you want to use, and also zoom percentage and shot angle. But first, let's try. So let's get a snapshot. It created a folder here, and we have an image here of the weapon. First of all, when you create your first snapshot, you need to change it to sprite. Okay, that's one thing you need to remember. And other than that, when you update this snapshot again, you don't need to do anything. You can even do this in runtime. But in the first time, when you create with a sprite with a new object, you need to change its type, texture type to sprite. Okay. So let's go back to our over here icon creator. And as you can see, it created the icon over here. You can change its rotation. As you can see, it is changing various angles. So if you don't happy with the results, you can switch to global mode. Local mode uses the object's own forward and right and up axis. The global will use the global position. So on the global, see, as you can see, it is only taking shots from this angle. So in this case, you can just rotate the weapon in the global position and take new snapshots, and you can again change its direction. Also, the lighting affects the object as well. So you can maybe try place 4 spotlights on the 4 axis. So the object will properly light in all angles. So also you can adjust the zoom percentage. Let's make it 7 to 4. So it handles the everything I created in the script. So you don't need to do anything else. The background is transparent, and it isolates all the objects around it before taking the snapshot. And it works quite good. Okay, we have our sprite, right? And let's go back to database, and now we can assign the sprite over here. So we have everything we need in the database. So right now we can go back to weapon. Let's reset this position maybe. And now we need an item component on this object. We don't need this right now. Let's place an item. So this item will wait a DB index, which is the index of this list. So since this is 0 ID, and we can assign 0 here. And also it waits for interactor object, which is itself. And one last thing, the interactor object also has a slot for item here. So also it will be itself. So you can pack this as prefab and use it and spawn it, instantiate it in the runtime. It doesn't need anything else. Okay, so the item is ready. So when you place your interactor objects on your body, if you wish to see them in your inventory as well, you can send them to inventory as well. So it will be visible in your inventory as icons. So you can pick them from your inventory as well. Okay, the item is ready. The item database is ready. One thing we are missing is the item renderer. So let's save the scene. To get the item renderer, we have a prefab in the Interactor Core UI. So over here, Inventory UI, you can just drag it down into your scene, and there's everything you need, and it is ready to use. So there is this inventory renderer. The only purpose of this component, the only duty, is to render inventories, whatever you assign. Okay, and also it waits for interactor, which interactor currently using the inventory on the screen. Okay, so the NPCs also can use it. So it defines which interactor will use that object and send it to which inventory. Okay, so we also, the one last thing we are missing is the inventory itself. I'm going to put inventory over here. You can place inventories anywhere. let's create a new object for the inventory. Let's call it my inventory. This is our personal inventory. This will be our personal inventory. So let's add the inventory component as well. And this is the last component. So you can name it whatever you want. And the inventory size can be changed even in runtime. And there is this inventory point. So this is important. This is the point, like the hold points or any OnBody points. This is the point that your hand will go to when it needs to drop the objects or pick the objects up. Okay, so since this is our personal inventory, let's create its position. Create empty maybe. So let's call it inventory point. Let's place it maybe somewhere here, or maybe this side is better because we are putting weapon here. Okay, we need to see the rotation, but first let's see if everything else is set. Okay, we can assign the inventory point, and that's it. So let's assign this inventory to our main visible inventory over here. This is the inventory, and we are the one who will use it. Okay, so let's start. Okay, everything seems fine. If I press tab, my inventory opens, but currently it is a bit right, so we can actually change its position. Let me see that one really quick. Oh, this is why X position is here. Okay, so if I press tab, it opens the inventory. The pressing tab is just calls the inventory renderer hide or open inventory. So it is on the basic input class over here when we press tab. So let's go pick up this weapon. And since we selected as send this item to inventory as well over here, when we place this item on our body, so it is nulling right now. Wait, because we missed the one more assignment, which is on the interactor points inventory. This is null right now. So interactor doesn't know which inventory to use. Okay, so we are assigning this inventory over here. Now we can try again. Let's go pick it up and place it on the body. Now it is on the body. If I open my inventory, we need to position this without in the play mode. As you can see, the weapon is over here. It is rare, and its condition is writing over there. If I double click, it picks up the object, but the hand didn't go to inventory point. The hand did go to weapon because this is OnBody item. So the items without OnBody option will go to inventory point. Okay, let me just adjust this one really quick. Let's make this enabled. So position can be over here. We can turn this off. All right, now the inventory system is done and working. Let's create something more complicated. let's place these items in the inventory as well. So to do that, we have 3 items here, 3 different items. So I will need 3 more database entries. Let's prepare them really quick. So this will be ID 1, and the title will be AKMag. These are not important. The next one will be ID 2, and it will be scope. This is maybe legendary. And the last one will be, what is it? Silencer. It can be epic maybe. Alright, we created our 3 more database entries. So they also wait for sprites, right? Right now they are all using same sprite. So to do that, let's go to our inventory item creator. We are done with the AK, so we can delete it. We don't need that. Let's use mag. Let's use silencer. And let's use scope. Let's create snapshots. And it all created our snapshots. So it is a bit too close. Also the angles are wrong. Let me do it really quick. I think we used global. Let's use local. Actually, I'm going to do it when they are in the inventory. That will be easier. Let's make them sprite, and they are ready to use. Okay, let's assign this new sprite. So this is mag. This is scope. And this is silencer. Alright, so items are ready. Now let's place our item. This is AK. Let's place our item components as well. This is item. So this was mag. It has index of 1. This is scope. Index of 2. Also, let's not forget to assign the interactor object and item for inventory. And the last one is silencer. This was the 3, I guess. Again, it will use itself. Let me quickly check. Silencer 3. ID 3 and scope ID 2, scope ID 2, and the mag ID 1. Done. Okay. So creating items that easy. You just add the item script and assign itself on both interactor object and both item. And now we can try these objects since they are all inventory, ready to go to inventory. So let's press play. This bug again. Let's go over here. So I'm going to pick up the mag. We have 2 mags actually. We missed one. So if I press, it did go to inventory. Let's take the scope as well. The hand position of the inventory point position is a bit wrong. We need to adjust its rotation, but that's not our concern right now. Let's get the pickup silencer as well. So they all went to inventory and they are here. Set this way. So as you can see, we can see their item types, names, and icons. Actually, we can leave the icons like this, but let me show how you can adjust easily in runtime. So I'm changing the shot angle. Okay. Wait, where are they? Oh, they are disabled because they are in my inventory. Okay, you need separate objects to update. I forgot to mention that because these objects are currently disabled and they are in my inventory point. If we actually enable, maybe we can see those. Now their renderer also disabled, so it won't work that way. But I can also set their renderers enabled to update our icons. So let's say you have separate object in your scene to update your icons, and let's go back, take the snapshot. We have the snapshot here. So change the rotations, change more. So let's say I'm satisfied with the scope. Let's delete the scope. Let's continue with the other two. They are too close. Okay, I'm done with the silencer as well. Let's adjust the mag. Let's try to use global maybe. You can rotate the object in the scene as well if these rotations doesn't work for you. But I think we are okay with this one. Let's zoom a little more. Okay, I'm done. So the sprites are okay, and when you stop the game, they will stay like that. Okay, so the items are ready. So the other thing I want to show that you can use inventories on any object. You can use them on empty game objects or even on items. So this AK-47 is an item that we used and put on our body, right? But I want to make this object as inventory that we can use. So let's add inventory on this one as well. So it also waits for inventory point. We can just create an empty object over here, or we can give some other transform. Doesn't matter, because we are not interested to place items in a regular way. I will just place items on this object's body. So that's what I want to show. You can use this way as well, but right now we don't need to do that because we already did that. Let's use inventory on points. Okay, so how to do that? So for this we have 3 items. Also, let's not forget other mag as well. We didn't do this item. Let me just do it too. So this was mag. What was the ID? 1. It will be itself, and it will be itself as item. Okay, it is done. So how to do that? Let's see. Let me get a mag for that. So this is the, let's say this is the mag. Let me copy that. So I want to place this object. This way you can use inventory, you can use items as inventories. For example, I'm going to use this AK as an inventory because I want to place mags and attachments on this weapon. Or you can maybe use middle edge sword and place gems on it to enhance. So I think this is the way. Let's see the hand. Yes, this is the way. Okay, this position is good, right? So I'm going to move this into AK, and I will need the hand position for OnBody objects, right? So I will create a empty on hand. So this will be mag point, actually mag OnBody point. Write this position because the child will get its position. That's why I created it as child. So I can now move it to AK, and I can delete the mag. I'm done with that. Also, okay, this is the weapons target. Okay, we have the target here. This is the global position. The actual rotation is something like that. So hand will go to here and drop the object. But I also want to use 2 transforms like that we did with the body on previous tutorial. when we holster the weapon. So to do that, so this inventory script also has inventory body points, and if we add something here, it also has the end and not regular body point. So to do that, let's select this one. So this is the end position. I will copy that. So let's call this one end, because I want this point to start a bit lower. So the object, the hand will go to this position and then the next one. So it will be like placing the mag into weapon. Okay. So let's place it here and let's assign these points properly here. And the speed can be 1. Don't forget to change the speed to something bigger than 0. Okay. The weapon is ready. Now let's select this mag and change its drop type. Now it will be again inventory, but it will be OnBody, and it will be OnBody 0 because the inventories body point 0 will be used for mag. And we will use inventory OnBody point instead. So we will use the inventories at the body point. This will make sure that we will use the correct OnBody list. Also, we can send it to inventory as well. And that's done. Now, when we pick this object, it will send it to this inventory. But if this inventory is our current inventory, because our current inventory is my inventory, so somehow we need to change that. Okay, so let's save here. To do that, I have another script that will change inventories on the go. So let's open AK. We have change inventory script. So this will switch inventories, your main inventory, because we need an inventory to drop the objects, right? Currently, it is my inventory because on interactor points, our inventory is assigned as my inventory. So this change inventory script will change that. It will attach this inventory from us, and by attaching, it will also remove the OnBody items that also in this inventory, because that's important. When we attach the inventory, these items can't stay in that inventory, these OnBody items. For example, if we place, let me show you that. It may sound complicated, but it is really necessary, because when we place this item, right now it is not in the inventory. When we place it on our body, now it is in our inventory, right? But what happens if this inventory is attached? Let's say maybe some other NPC will use our inventory. Let's say this inventory is a pouch on our body as a physical object, and we drop that. So right now the weapon cannot stay in it because weapon is on us, right? So that the attachment process, that's a class in inventory script, you can call it, and the example scripts do that. Or also change inventory script also do that on the AK. So that is removing all the items that is not in only inventory, that is also on our body. Okay. Now let's do that. Let's go to here. Where was it? Yeah, change inventories. So it needs an interactor that is going to use this, and it needs the inventory renderer. You will only have one renderer, and it will need two inventories that will switch between, right? So the first one, the AK maybe, and the next one will be our own inventory. You can change those in runtime, assign those in runtime. Okay. So so somehow we need to call this script and change the inventories. You can do it with events. For example, in the example scene, there is a chest, and when we open the chest, it calls with the target's events. Let me show that really quick. So over here, when we open this chest, the chest has the hand target here, and the hand target actually has events, 2 events, and it changes the inventories. The first one when the hand reaches the object, and the second one when hand leaves the object over here. Right over here as the segment 1 of the back path. So it uses that colon event, this event. So it changes inventories on the go. When you open chest, it changes inventory with the chest inventory. And when you close the chest and your hand will leave the object, it calls again and changes the inventory back to your players. Okay. Also, the other way that we will use in the tutorial here, and that will be the helpers, the test scripts. We have it on the player right now. So it is over here. It will wait for an input key, which will be caps lock, and it will wait for interactor object. So this is a really basic script right over here. So when we press the key, which will be caps lock, and it will check, hey, the interactor object that you provided is now, are you interacting with it right now? If it is, then check the change inventory component on it and call the change inventories. That's it. So let's do that. So the AK47 is already assigned. Good. Now when we press caps lock, it will change inventories. So I'm opening my inventory and it opens my inventory. When I press, it is not opening the weapon because as I show you the script, it is first waiting if we are interacting with this interactor object, because we can't use the inventory if we are not using this weapon, right? So let's take this weapon and press again. Right now it is AK's inventory. It has the same size, so we can change it. So where is the inventory? Over here. Let's make it smaller. Maybe 3 to 1. Alright, so we have 3 slots, and because we will have 3 different items for it. So when we press caps lock, it is changing. Okay, let's drop this AK. Let's get mag. Now, the thing is, this mag right now is waiting for AK inventory because it is on body point for AK inventory on body point. Let me show you. So it is currently waiting for inventory on body points, right? The mag option here, set as inventory on point. So if we use this object, it will instead go to our inventory, and we need to set it back to. Right now it went into our inventory without on-body position. It set false on-body because it failed to set body point, because the current inventory doesn't have any on-body points. My inventory doesn't have any on-body points. We need to switch back to weapon before send this mag to inventory. So don't forget that. Let's get it back. Select the object. Again, I'm going to set it as on-body, and again it is waiting for an inventory that has inventory on-body points. So for that, I'm going to pick my weapon and switch my inventory. Now I can send my mag to my new inventory, which is the weapon, and it placed. Actually, and I can again drop my weapon back. Actually, it was a bit slow. Let's bring that mag up and make it a bit faster this time. This will be on AK, inventory on body points, and speed multiplier. Let's make it 3. That will be faster. Okay, not that fast. Maybe 10. Oh, didn't change. Interesting. Okay, I will see into that. Maybe there is a bug over here. Or maybe we are missing something. What about 0.1? Let's get this AK. It doesn't seem like it is working. Alright. And the item is also over here. So that is how you can use inventories inside inventories, or inventories on objects as well. So there is one more thing that I want to mention, and that will be another option for objects to drop them into inventories. Right over here, separate item object. To show that, I have my dagger in the test scene over here. And where's our player? Let me just grab my player here. Okay, so this dagger has that option, separate item object, and if you look over here, the dagger's hierarchy, so it has this scabbard, which is the case of this dagger. But when we drop this dagger on the body, we don't want to pick this case with the weapon, because we want to use the weapon, right? So that's why the item script is placed on this separate object. So when we pick this dagger up, it will leave this object on the body. So that is what this separate item object does. So if you enable this and place your item anywhere else other than the object, interactor object, it will leave this object that has the item on it, on the body. Okay. So let's get this dagger. Place this dagger and get it back, and it's separated. And if we throw this dagger, the object disappears. It disables the object as well. And that was the inventory system. That is quite flexible system, and you can really build on that. All the scripts in the course scripts folder, the inventory folder, so you can expand its capabilities over here. So that will all for this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can ask me on the comments, or you can send me mail or on the forum thread. See you on the next one. Thank you.